Sarah's pipeline shows $1.2 million in Q3. Her board expects $900,000. She's presented the number with confidence. She has no reason to doubt it, but 3 of those deals haven't moved in 60 days. 2 of them closed, lost, last month. Nobody updated the CRM. One was never real. It was a conversation at a conference that a rep logged as an opportunity. Her actual pipeline is closer to 680,000. The report didn't lie to her. The data did. And the data has been wrong for months. A pipeline report answers 3 questions. How much revenue is coming? When is it coming? And how confident should we be? That's it. If your pipeline report can't answer all 3 with accuracy, it's not a pipeline report. It's a list of deals someone hopes will close. Most teams are working from a list. Here's what Sarah sees. A dashboard with a total number. Deals organized by stage. A close date column. It looks complete. It looks current. It looks like signal. The problem is that every number on that dashboard is only as accurate as the last time a rep updated it. And reps update the CRM when they remember to, when their manager asks, when they have time between calls, which means Sarah's confidence is built on data that is anywhere from 3 days to 3 months out of date. Pipeline reports break in 4 specific ways. Each one has a name. Each one traces back to a CRM behavior. And each one is invisible until the quarter ends and the forecast misses. Stage inflation is the most common failure. Deals pile up in the middle stages, usually proposal sent or negotiation, and never move. A deal that's been in proposal sent for 90 days isn't in negotiation. It's dead, but nobody moved it backward. Moving a deal backward feels like losing. Reps avoid it. Managers let it slide. So the pipeline looks full. The middle stages look active, and Sarah's number looks healthy. None of it reflects reality. Close probability should be tied to stage, not to how the rep feels about the deal on a Tuesday. When reps set their own probability, they set it optimistically. Every time. It's not dishonesty. It's human nature. They believe in their deals. They want to believe in their deals. But when Sarah aggregates those numbers into a forecast, she's building her board presentation on hope, not math. The fix is simple. Close probability is locked to stage, not editable by the rep. The stage determines the number. Marcus had a great conversation at an industry event last month. The person seemed interested. They asked a few questions. They said, let's stay in touch. Marcus logged it as an opportunity. $50,000. Qualified stage. He hasn't followed up. He doesn't have a next step. He doesn't have a contact who can actually buy. That deal is not in Sarah's pipeline. It's in her CRM, taking up space and inflating her number. Phantom deals are everywhere. They get created out of optimism, and they never get deleted out of accountability. Date drift is the quietest failure. A deal's close date gets pushed. Once, then again, then again. Each push feels justified. The prospect had a budget freeze. The decision-maker changed. Q4 is always slow. But a close date that moves every 30 days isn't a forecast. It's a placeholder. After 3 pushes, the deal needs to be requalified from scratch or disqualified entirely. Most teams do neither. They push the date again and include it in next quarter's number. 4 failure modes. All of them invisible in the dashboard. All of them traceable to one thing, data that nobody is maintaining. The pipeline isn't broken because reps are lazy or managers aren't paying attention. It's broken because there's no infrastructure enforcing accuracy, which means the fix isn't a conversation. It's a system. Here's what most leaders miss. A broken pipeline report isn't just a liability, it's information. Every failure mode we just walked through, The stage inflation, the phantom deals, the date drift, each one is telling you something specific about your sales process. The report is the most honest feedback mechanism in your business. You just have to know how to read it. Deals clustering in one stage means that stage definition is broken, or reps don't know what it takes to move out of it. High volume entering the pipeline with a low close rate means the qualification criteria at the top of funnel is wrong. You're letting the wrong leads in. Deal velocity slowing across every rep simultaneously means the problem isn't performance. It's systemic. Market conditions, pricing, offer clarity. That's a leadership problem, not a coaching problem. The pipeline doesn't just show you what's happening. It shows you where in the process the breakdown is. That's information you can act on, if you know how to look. Beat 1. Stage definitions tied to buyer actions. Start with stage definitions. Not what the rep has done, what the buyer has done. Proposal sent is a rep action. That stage can sit forever because sending a proposal takes 30 seconds. Proposal reviewed, feedback received, is a buyer action. That stage requires the other side to engage. When stages are defined by buyer behavior, they move when the deal moves, not when the rep remembers to update the CRM. Rewrite every stage definition in your CRM as a buyer action. This is the highest leverage change you can make. Beat 2. Lock close probability to stage. Remove rep discretion from close probability entirely. Every stage gets a fixed probability. Qualified, 20%. Proposal reviewed, 40%. Verbal commit, 75%. The rep doesn't set it. The stage sets it automatically. Now, when Sarah aggregates the pipeline, she's looking at math, not optimism. Her forecast becomes a number she can defend because it's built on criteria, not gut feel. Beat 3. The weekly hygiene review. Pipeline accuracy requires a maintenance cadence. Weekly minimum. Every deal that hasn't had activity in 14 days gets flagged. Every deal with a close date in the past gets reviewed. Every deal without a documented next step gets a decision, advance, or disqualify. This isn't a punishment for reps. It's the system doing what the system should do. Build the review into the cadence. Make it non-negotiable. The pipeline stays current because it has to, not because someone asked nicely. Beat 4. Disqualification as discipline. The hardest cultural shift. Disqualification has to be treated as a win. Right now, reps avoid moving deals backward because it feels like failure. Managers avoid cutting phantom deals because it makes the pipeline look smaller. But a pipeline with 60 accurate deals is worth more than one with 200 hopeful ones. When you disqualify a deal that was never real, you don't lose revenue. You gain clarity. Build a disqualification stage. Track it. Celebrate reps who use it. A rep who disqualifies aggressively is a rep who qualifies aggressively. That's who you want closing. Sarah doesn't have a forecasting problem. She has a data problem. The pipeline report was always telling her the truth. She just didn't have the infrastructure to read it correctly. Stage discipline, locked probability, weekly hygiene, aggressive disqualification. When those 4 things are running, the pipeline report stops being a source of anxiety. It becomes the most honest conversation you can have about your business. And you can take that number to your board. CRM plumber.